We're just getting ourselves ready for an 18-lap race around Valencia. And Kiko, we saw yesterday just how quickly things can change around here as well. It's very easy for a rider to be at the front of the field and then make a mistake, and then it's tough to make up that ground again. Mario Aji, we can see here, he ended up finishing 6th yesterday, but there was a big gap between him and the front 5.
There really was. It was a career best result for Aji in the first top 6 for an Indonesian rider since Andy Farid Izdihar back in 2017. So we've had to wait a little while for the Indonesians to come to the fore in CEV Moto3. However, Aji, that top 6 now, he's 12th on the grid. He is not out of contention, neither is this.
For the first time, Izan Guevara has the chance of wrapping up the title. He's a 15-point lead over Xavi Artigas, so he can get it done in race 1, but he's likely to be focused on just fighting for the race win and then thinking about the championship thereafter. There's 50 points still up for grabs. We've got 4 riders in title contention, and this really should be an absolute barnstormer for the ball, people.
This should be the perfect way to get the morning up and running. It is only 11 o'clock coming up to local time. This is race 10 of 11 of this FIM Moto3 Junior World Championship. The stats coming into this, Steve, I was up late last night doing this. 7 races of 9 so far in 2020 have had riders win from the 2nd row or worse. Of those 5 have been from the 3rd row or worse. We've seen Guevara win from 22nd on the grid, Garcia 2 kind of disrupt it, but we are only early days. There is plenty of time, Steve, as you say, for track limits warnings to come.
Yeah, you can see from Matsuyama, he's taking that tighter line on the run into that last corner, but Valgado, is he leaving the door open for another rider to attack down the inside? Not quite, but further down the field you can see Joel Kelso as well, also running inside the top 10. He had his first top 10 finish yesterday on the number 66 machine, so a good start from the Australian rider.
Good start for him. Artigas looking to get ahead down, I think that's Salvador, as they come and fan out down into turn 1. Look at that, 4, 5, 6 abreast. At one point Guevara coming through, but it is Artigas who gets ahead of Salvador. Now that's one rider between himself.
Look at all those riders in the background all running wide. One of them was Super Mario Aji on the 34 machine. He's down in 9th spot, trying to make sure he's able to back up yesterday's top 6 finish. But at the front of the field, Kiko, we've seen this from Xavi Artigas already this year. Really good racecraft. He's been able to get to the front, and now we really need to see Izan Guevara make that progress too.
We do. We saw yesterday he will do that throughout the race. He's not one of them riders who goes at it straight away. He comes into the race, he lets the race come back to him, and it's a perfect match at the end. They always, in the last 3 laps, Guevara's there. We saw him come through the field in Aragon. He took the lead.
Good bike from the Leopard Honda squad to be able to do that. Further down in the next group, you can see Super Mario has been able to get down the inside of Fernandez, but he's immediately being pushed out wide there as well by the number 67 of Gerard Ryu. And Gerard doing a good job in this race. He was another faller yesterday, and he's been able to recover well. And bit of a barge down the inside that time for Adrian Fernandez, and Fernandez losing 4 spots in the space of only a couple of corners.
No, I was out to sea there as well. This is the battle for 7th, believe it or not. So Fernandez led that across the line. Now he's down in about 10th. So leading that at the moment is Aji. So the Indonesian having a great end to the season. As you can see, Salvador has dropped back, but now Artigas, it's more of a leading group.
Pedro Acosta has led so many laps over the course of 2 races here in Valencia, but can he hold off Xavi Artigas in the run to the line? It looks like he has. And Acosta has been able to hold off Artigas. He's been able to take this win by just 17 thousandths of a second, and we've seen those 2 riders have some close races all.
Pedro Acosta able to take his 2nd win of the season, his 7th podium of the CEV Junior Moto3 World Championship season as well. He was able to hold off Xavi Artigas by just 17 thousandths of a second. Izan Guevara was only another few hundredths of a second behind that as well. Danny Delgado and Jose Julian Garcia made up our top 5, and it really was a 5-way battle for that race lead. Only just over half a second separating that group, and we'll expect to see much more of the same during the course of this afternoon's race. Lorenzo Falon was able to finish inside the top 10 in front of his teammate Jose Antonio Rueda. Joel Kelso was able to back up yesterday's top 10 finish with another points-paying finish in 12th position. Max Cook, the British rider for the British Talent team,